Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to yet again another fantastic indie creator interview. It's your Cape Crusader Cody, and we're keeping it geekly with our new guest, Hero DarkyDark. We're here to break down Relentlessly, Bullied Hero Issue 1 and everything in between. Hero, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. So, I had a chance to check out some of the preview pages for this. The art is just phenomenal. The action, the story just looks right up my alleyway. Can you give us a little bit about what, Relentlessly Bullied Hero is about?
Yeah, for sure. So basically, it follows a hero. His name is Zio, and he's considered a new gen hero. To make it quick to why his gen is called new gen is basically a few months ago, a city star heroes like the Superman, the Batman, the All Might, basically like the big pillar of morality have died. So of course a bunch of new heroes either started a career or started getting prominence during that period. So now they're all labeled as new gen. So it's him, and he's seeing that with the death of the star hero, society kind of degraded a bit. Some people aren't acting more as they should be at. They're not inherently bad people, but it's kind of like when your dad isn't home, you might start acting up more than you would. So he's seeing that, and he doesn't like it, and so he wants to try changing it either by being a good example and so on and so forth. And while he's doing this, he ends up in a binding deal with a villainess who she's basically completely bored. So she just spends all her time following him around and then messing with him for fun.
So what kind of served as some of the inspirations for this? Like, did you have any favorite anime or manga growing up?
Oh yeah, there was a couple. My Hero Academia was a big one. One Punch Man, Justice League Unlimited. And he was kind of more like the wild card in the inspiration for the group. And have you ever heard of Uzaki?
I believe so.
Yeah, basically, a little bit of that. If you see the colors and such, you can always tell what aspect got inspired.
So what brought you to this path? Have you always wanted to create mangas and comics, or was this kind of something that you just stumbled into?
Oh yeah, I had older siblings, so I was always watching what they watched, and they watched a lot of that, like the animated superhero show, the animated Batman show, Justice League, Naruto, Bleach, Dragon Ball. So I was always exposed to that kind of media, and of course, as a kid, you start getting ideas, acting out, being the superheroes. Then eventually, especially when you have siblings, get into the top of what kind of powers will you have in these worlds, and then just kind of kept snowballing to eventually creating your own world, have your own adventure. And once I got older and more knowledge, I started learning how to actually put that in story format.
So in terms of script writing, how long have you been working on this for? How long has this project kind of, been behind the scenes?
I would say it's been behind the scenes for the last year or year and a half. Because, basically around the last year and a half. Technically speaking, there's a good amount of content in here that was amalgamations of many ideas I had as a kid. But, it's kind of like the actual script itself started about over a year ago.
And how did you meet the artist for this project?
Oh, well, I was searching for an artist, one that I felt like will both meet the style I wanted and was where my price went. And then eventually I had to go into a couple different sites, Facebook, Twitter, and such. I eventually found him, and I just met him and go hey, I got this project. I got a skip. You can get it. You want to try work on it? And he agreed.
So how does that work for you with the script writing process? Do you have any leeway that you give the artist, or do you kind of want the artist just to follow what's on the script?
I say it's a little bit of both. I do like to give artists, even when I'm just commissioning them for just a fan piece and such, I do like to give them a great amount of liberty, as it makes it easier for them to both stay true to the style that attracted me to them to begin with, and also, since I'm not the one drawing it, I'm not sure what kind of different trick they can use to make it shine. So I'll be somewhat strict on things for continuity reason, okay, his powers kind of look like this way. I can't just be having them do this, or they completely mess with the balance. Outside that, I'm pretty I'm pretty lenient. Of course, editing, I'm like, yeah, you might change that thing a little bit more, but in terms of like how it's actually presented and paneled and such, yeah, I'm pretty lenient.
Okay. So we have issue 1, 52 plus pages of action. How many issues do you kind of see this series going?
I always like to play fast and loose with these kind of things, so it kind of depends on the audience perspective on the series. So if I see that it's really popular, of course I have basically like a giant storage of ideas I can easily make go on for like 20, even 40 issues if I wanted to. But if it's just like, yeah, I can barely get people to turn my way, I always have plans that, yeah, I can easily wrap this up in like 8, 10 issues, dependingly. So it kind of just depends on how people feel. Personally, to me, I'm really passionate about the series, so I hope it gets the attention it does, so I can go all out with my ideas.
So, I mean, like right now, let's go ahead and pull up the Kickstarter. Let's check out some of these interior pages up close and just kind of see what all the hype is about. So give me a few seconds. We're going to be switching right over. Get this pulled up. Congratulations again on funding as well. This is your first campaign?
Yeah, my first one ever.
All right. How's Kickstarter been for you? Was it kind of like a daunting thing to get involved with, or do you feel like it was not too bad?
It was a little bit daunting, because you're always feeling, okay, can I even reach the goal? Will people actually be interested?
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna get in front of people? But as I went along, it's starting to ease up a bit. There's a little bit of a worry midway through the campaign where I was worried, okay, well, I actually hit the funding goal, because I was just a little bit over halfway, but a little bit over halfway of the campaign went through. So I'm just like, okay, well, I actually make it, but we made it.
So we are looking at Relentlessly Bullied Hero Issue 1. After a bonding deal with a bored villainous, one hero goes on a crusade to revive his deteriorating city's soul. 52 plus pages of action. Currently at $1,362 of a $1,000 goal. 44 backers and 4 days left to go. Guys, if you're watching, right here is a link in the chat. Be sure to check it out and share it wherever you can. Twitter and Facebook, word of mouth is 100% free. And let's go ahead and check out some of these characters. So right here, the main character, I'm assuming?
Yeah, he's technically speaking, you have two main characters. Of course, there's the hero and then the villainous. They're both kind of co-stars, but I guess you could say the main lead is him.
So tell us a little bit about his personality. What can we expect from this character in the story? Oh, looks like his signal might have cut out, guys. So give us a few seconds and we'll wait for him to come back to tell us more about the story. Everyone watching, though, big shout out for helping me push to 900 subscribers. I appreciate that. Very excited about that, and that means the world for me. Hey, World at War Comics, welcome to the stream. How have you been, bud? Hey, there you are.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're good. You're good. So, what type of personality can we expect from this character within the series?
Well, you can definitely expect him to be. He's more of a Edgelord type of person, so he's a little bit intense and take things a little bit too seriously.
And then right here's a little bit of some of the interiors as well. These look beautiful too. Who did you say was the artist involved?
His name was Jose. That's just always what I called him. I did put his app in the Kickstarter, so if anyone wanna find him, he's there.
So tell us a little bit about what's happening here. We have some black substance or something like developing on this arm, black manifestation. What's this all about?
So cool, that's his power. He has a very shadow-based power, so like shadow manipulation and stuff. So very perfect for Edgelord.
We have World at War Comics has an anime feel in the art. Love it. Yeah, I think it really nailed like the feeling. And I mean, this paneling, it's nice where you can kind of like focus on it and then drift across a little bit of that splash page and go to the next panel. So it's always keeping your eyes moving, which I really like whenever I'm consuming something.
Oh yeah, that was something you paid close attention to it. Making the English things, it's very readable for people. Yeah, I did a lot of studying about different kind of methods to making it so. Like I know there was a YouTuber named Totally Not Mark who made a video about what made Dragon Ball so special, and it was how they apparently ever they apparently kept people reading through in a smooth motion. That was always something I paid attention to.
So who do we have right here?
Oh, that's Gamora. Apparently the crowd favorite. People would not stop asking me questions about her, which is hilarious on so many different levels.
So tell us a little bit about her.
Well, she's more of a veteran villainess. She's been at this for nearly a decade, starting since she was more of a teenager. So that's kind of why she always had the ability to like mess with the heel as she got a lot more experience, more time to develop her powers. So it's very easy for her to push them around. And it's kind of like imagine the heel as like a level 2 or 3 fighter, while she's a level 10 warlock. It's a little bit not in his favor in power wise.
And I also like the wings. So is she like a succubus or like what type of villainous creature is she?
She's more of a witch. She's called the cursed sorceress, and her powers is basically, you know, the 70 deadly sins.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, her own is that each sin is a mold that can go into that grants a specific type of power. So in
Okay.
pride, she gains those wings as she can fly over people, perfect for pride, and also gain a little bit of an extra physical strength and such. Greed let her move things around and so forth.
Okay, that's really cool. I like how you have different cardinal sins as like kind of like power suits for her.
Yeah, she's more of a magic type person, while you can imagine Zia is more of a mutant or person.
Here's a couple more pages of interior, seeing these two in work. Once again, just the attention to detail. The action of this is so much fun. I'm loving these sound effects.
Yeah, I can be a little bit. Well, both me and the artist can be a little bit big on like the small details. Where it's like even if it's something minor, I'm just like, yeah, I think we do that. And same with the artist too, because even when we were first making it, you know, Zero has that black mask over his mouth and such. When the artist first did it, he got a certain part of the design wrong, but he also added like these hazy smoke lines to it. And so when I corrected them, I'm just like, oh yeah, you know, can you change it to this? Oh no, but keep that smoking lines in. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's always cool and interesting to listen to the collaboration process and see, you know, what was intentional, what wasn't, but like was cool enough to kind of be like kept.
Yeah, and yeah, that what makes projects fun. You know, just not only just the creation, but like just talking about it as more and more things just keep building.
Yeah, I'm loving this fight sequence. This is the way he played with the shadow and like the smoke effect is really cool.
Yeah, we're both like very happy about this project because issue number 2, the script is already done, and I'll just speak with a guy, and he's basically ready to get started on it, not to like in like a week or so. It's We're both very dedicated to, both passionate about the project.
And that's awesome to hear that you have the next one already lined up and ready to go. Let's check out some of these rewards while we are here, guys. Right there is that link. Once again, just hit that, check it out, back it if you can, and if you can't, simply share it wherever you can. We have the digital copy coming in at $10, the physical book cover A coming in at $17. Let me scroll down a little bit. We have cover C, Relentless Hero cover at $20, cover B Spotlight Edition at $25. And then you can get a Hero Bundle A plus C for $32, so not a bad price. Get that Bonded Bundle A plus B at $36. The Special Bundle B plus C at $40. And then all the bundles at $50. So some awesome tiers here. Reporting for duty, special thank you at $100. What's all included with this tier?
So basically, I've been adding different stuff to it as I kind of, you know, Kickstarter don't let me edit what I can put in there. But so long story short, it's basically you get all 3 books. I mean, all 3 covers of the book, plus a poster, sticker of your choice, and the bookmark. And then basically, I mentioned that so the book's gonna be it's 60 pages total, 52 for like the main story, and then 8 bonus pages. And so the heal for dude is basically you get to submit a heal design that will
Okay.
appear in the bonus pages in the artist's style, and it's gonna be done with the main duo, and they're going to be doing something in a double page spread.
Not bad. Not bad at all. And
And
then
I
that
suppose
is.
mention this deal that I it's not mentioned in the award because like I said, Kickstarter don't let me add stuff to it, but it was mentioned that I was going to both for if you buy digitally or physically, you're going to be getting additional stuff. Such as I just called it additional packs, so there's like a lot of different art that I commissioned that won't end up in the book itself. So I'm sending it off as basically things you could use for like screen saving, homepage, that kind
Mhm.
of stuff. And for physical people, they also gain things like I got two different things commissioned that'll be sent to them, either like another poster or like a trading card that they get skipped for free.
Not bad. Not bad at all. So for anyone who might be on the fence about backing this project, what would you like to say to them to kind of help push them over that hump?
Well, first of all, I want to show you guys that the book is 100% finished. It just finished like a couple of days ago, so you don't have to worry about any late books or any excuses. I made sure that just before we start campaigning, just about everything was done because I just didn't want to deal with any. Oh yeah, this thing happened at the last second. Oh no, now we have to go through this entire circus set. I'm what you would call like lazy, but lazy in the sense where I'll do extra pathway work just because I know if something goes wrong, I'm gonna be too lazy to actually do it. So it's that kind of
Hey, I
that
mean,
kind of
being
lazy.
prepared, no matter how you label it, always helps out in the end. So it's awesome to
Yeah.
hear that it's already done. Before we wrap things up, I always love asking for a little bit of advice for anyone out there, and then what media or content that you're consuming outside of creating. So for anyone out there, I guess struggling just to get started with their own dream and passion, what would be your biggest, piece of advice to kind of help them achieve what they want to go for and what they want to do?
I always tell people that never be afraid of your own ideas because I can be a little bit eccentric. So there's many times, even if you talk to some of my friends, I'll come up or like be saying ideas, and they'll just be like, "Yeah, well, that's a little bit insane. That's a little bit kooky and stuff." And I think what helps is I acknowledge that some of it can be kooky. So instead of just going wild with it all the time, I know how to sometimes mitigate it and then convert
Hmm.
it to like an actual entertaining piece of media. So never be afraid of trying new things. Like it's indie. So the worst people can do is just not buy it. So you don't need to be afraid of it and not and always just fall into the mode. Because even that's kind of why Gamora's there as I was thinking about the story and such, and I was just thinking to myself, it's gonna be a little bit hard telling people in the book just following along some Edgelord. I mean, if anybody's taught us anything, there's like 20,000 of them. So it's like,
Hmm.
okay, how am I gonna convince people to spend their hard-earned money on a book about Edgelord? What if I put a taller golf girl with giant rack right next to him? And hey, it works. And what I like about it is I didn't just she's not like just there's a poster go. I was like, okay, yeah, she doesn't have much of a character or personality and stuff. That she just deals beyond covers, half naked and stuff. It's like, no, she does have a very integral part to not only the plot but the characters. Of course, seeing them interact throughout the book is very fun, very entertaining, and it's something where it's like you'll definitely feel like you'll at least care about the character and how they interact, and thus you'll somewhat care about the story as things progress. Such you'll worry that okay, will this change things up? How will this actually affect them and that kind of stuff.
Oh, that is awesome to hear. So last but not least, what are you consuming outside of creating? What books are you reading? What video games you playing? Let us hear it.
Well, over the last couple of weeks, Baldur's Gate 3 been taking over my life, but outside of that, I've been reading. Have you read Rogue Sun from Image?
I don't believe so.
Oh, trust me, it's great. Like I cannot recommend it enough. Of all like the different superhero comics that's coming out, even by Image, I'll say that that's one of the. It's something I think is very special. So I'll always consider checking it out. And also been like be re-watching all of old Beyblades content. I'm a huge fan of Beyblades, at least the Mega Saga. I know, I know that might sound off some people, but I'm one of the original people who liked it before it started trending at the end of 2023. So that's me.
Well, that is awesome to hear. Well, that is it for us, guys. Right there is the link to check out this campaign. You still have a couple of days to go to back it before the campaign is successfully funded. Once again, congratulations on that. I hope you all are having a fantastic Wednesday. But most importantly, guys, keep it geekly.